Yo, what up? It's Aaron Moses. Gang. This video is called How to Denigify Yourself, right? This video is not necessarily just for black people, it's for all you niggas. There's white, black, Latino, Hispanic. Yeah, I know the difference. There you go. Asian. Everybody, we all have niggas in the world, the community of the world. But because I am black and I'm familiar with our culture, a lot of these points are going to be specifically for black people. Now, we have a lot of ridicule for black people, um, but we don't have a lot of solutions, right? Now, I just watched a video by a guy named Aquarius Waive, and shout out to him. If you want, I can put the video in the description or the comments or what have you. But he made a video that I reacted to called Why I Abandoned the Black Culture or something along those lines. Now, when he was titling that and thought of that title and he spoke on it, he kept saying, "This is black culture." No, that's absolutely not black culture. That's nigga culture, okay? But if you feel like you're um, morally bankrupt, you don't have any values, your standards are low, your boundaries are messed up, you're just not a classy person, you're an ill-mannered person, and you want to make a sincere change, I need you to say this prayer. No, I'm just playing. We're not going to do that. I'm not about to play with God. Not today. Um, but I'm trying to offer you help. I'm trying to offer you healing. I'm not all the way there myself, but I was raised by some lovely, beautiful, educated, well mannered, uh, classy black people. But like a lot of black people, I was also raised by niggas, and I like to think of myself as a hybrid. Because I was exposed to nigga culture and because it is what it is. It is what it is. So first what we have to do is we have to identify a nigga. What is a nigga? A nigga simply means somebody who is behaviorally unintelligent. Somebody who's ill-mannered, low class, low vibrational, somebody who is unruly, rambunctious, somebody that is brutish, rude, temperamental, and someone who is not wise, someone who's not smart, someone who is toxic, self-destructive, destructive, and unhealthy in all ways, spiritually, mentally, physically, and a lot of times financially. Okay? Now, just because you come from the hood or an inner urban community, that does not necessarily automatically make you a nigga. There's niggas in the suburbs, there's niggas in rural communities, there's niggas in the hood, obviously. Um, but if you need help, I'm here to offer that to you. Now, where does nigga behavior, where does the nigga culture come from? In the black community, it comes from, of course, slavery. Because I didn't used to call it nigga culture. I still don't. I'm just doing this because it's more easily digestible. Nigga culture comes from the ill effects of slavery in conjunction with the effect of poverty in the black community and all communities. It all comes down to poverty, lack of education, the presence of there being a lack of love and a lack of being able to view self love as something that is imperative. Niggas don't love themselves. The whites, the blacks, the Latinos, the Hispanics, the Asians, those niggas, if they are a nigga or if they have a slave mentality, um, American, the African, the transatlantic slave trade mentality, they don't love themselves. Okay? And we're going to get into that a lot deeper later. And we're going to make these multiple parts because I have much too much to say. And I'm not going to cram this in one video. I'm going to try to be mindful of the time. So currently it's 6:24. Ideally, I want this first part to be a 10-minute video. Before we get into it, let me take a sip of that good stuff. I'm going to be breaking eye contact because I have my notes because I came prepared. See, that was the black man in me. That wasn't the nigga part because niggas don't like to take notes. So number one, well, how do you identify a nigga? You can't. That's what makes them the most dangerous people in the world, Craig. Yes, the world. I said it. You cannot identify a nigga just by looking at them. You just have to assume all people of all races are a nigga until they identify themselves or prove themselves otherwise. Prime example, I like to do reactions and I like to watch police video, body cam video footage. A lot of these people, they nigga up. But they don't appear to be niggas. They speak just how I'm speaking right now, or they're a little white girl, or they might be an Asian, and then they do the unthinkable. So stay vigilant. Stay vigilant. You can't assume anything about anybody. That's just like asking, well, how can you identify somebody that's of an alternative lifestyle? And if you don't know what that means, a part of the rainbow community, a part of the community, the GPS community. You might say, oh, well, he dresses like a, or she dresses like a, or they carry themselves, and that's the straightest person in the world. Just like you might see somebody that's a big, buff, masculine, acting tough dude that's always mean mugging people, and he has on 1,000 chains and big Timberland boots. Man, that nigga, he was on Sunset Boulevard shaking his salt shaker 2 days ago. And it's not even. It's Wednesday. You was on Sunset Boulevard shaking your tail feather on a Monday night. Super gay. Excuse me. Shout out to the LGBT community. But it just goes to show you, you can't assume anything about anybody's private life or anybody's present or future behaviors. So the first thing that we have to do is read about other cultures while you learn about your own culture. Okay? I'm just going to keep it because I originally made this for black people, so I'm going to just read my notes authentically. Read about other cultures while you learn about African culture if you're black, Irish culture if you're Irish, and Chinese culture if you're a Chinese nigga. If you don't want to read, which is going to hold you back, first start off with audiobooks, podcasts, documentaries, okay? Now, if you do want to get into reading consciously, what you should do is read things that interest you, but make sure that it's not based on negative, okay? Read things that interest you, and the more that you build that muscle, then start reading things that are not as interesting, but very informative because you're on this journey to step out of those shoes. You know what I mean? If you need some leads, you can listen to Infinite Waters, 19 Keys, The Top Tier Man, Elliot Hulse, Earn at Your Leisure. Of course, these are all men because I'm a man and I'm making videos for men. But the ladies, take notes to these too because you have to actually see men that are not niggas being men, okay? That's what's gonna help you. You're gonna tap into that archetype and you're gonna draw that energy into your body, mind, and soul so you could get that nigga out your body, mind, and your soul, okay? Just to give you a little tip on that, you don't want to listen to Infinite Waters, 19 Keys, Top 10 Man, Elliot Hulse, Earn at Your Leisure. You don't want to listen to them for 3 hours at a time. So what I do is when I try to learn a new skill or new information, I might be studying cognitive behavioral therapy techniques. I might be trying to learn, critical thinking. I take it in small chunks. So like an hour of some education, and then I step into an hour, maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes of something that's more entertaining, but it's not. It's clean entertainment. So I like to watch stand up. So in this case, I'm trying to denigify yourself. You might want to watch, some stand up or listen to some stand up comedy that is about other people's cultures. Or you might want to substitute that with a funny podcast that's not necessarily niggified. Okay? So that's some good game for you because you have to mix the left brain with the right brain activity so you could digest that. Um, and another thing that I do want to throw in, I didn't even put this in my notes. I have a book. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics. It's about changing your identity. You do have to understand the way that you think of yourself and the way that you identify yourself is top three most important things about life and your own psychology. So if you think you're a nigga and you don't know how to deprogram yourself after you watched it, well, you will because I'm giving you these good details. But it starts with how you actually view yourself. Psycho-Cybernetics, PSY. Well, you say it in your phone. Say Psycho-Cybernetics. Hey Siri, Psycho-Cybernetics. You got it. Boom. You can get it free online. There's an audiobook version, and you can spell it out. It's a very phonetic word. So, nextly, very informative book. I have it. I have the physical copy, and I have two different PDF versions on my phone, on both of my phones and my computer. So, nextly, you do want to get into other people's cultures, but just don't overwhelm yourself with learning different languages because you're just gonna be a nigga in two different languages. Nah, seriously. But nextly, build your confidence, have trust in yourself as a man or a woman that is a non-nigga because niggas don't have confidence. That's why they are so self-destructive. That's why they're so destructive to the community. That's why they get over they get in fights over women. But Aaron Moses, didn't the Romans and yeah, they did. But that was a whole different time. They had other things to do. That was the last resort. But build your confidence. Learn to trust yourself as a new person. Nicely, learn to control your emotions. Because a lot of people that identify as a nigga, bro, they didn't have that father figure to teach them self-control, self-discipline, self-love. They didn't have that woman in the house to teach them about real love, authentic love, how to respond in certain situations, how to feel, how to process, how to understand how to let things go, how to understand how to care for the self. The foundation of your actual ego, your core self. A lot of niggas come from broken homes. And you might be saying to yourself, well, I know some trust fund babies that grew up with both parents. Yeah, but was his dad a doctor and his mom was a lawyer? He didn't have that care. He didn't have that emotional support like that. And he listened to Gucci Mane after he saw a Young Jeezy documentary, or he started hanging out with some cool people and they were doing the same thing, or he became addicted to this and tried that, and now he acts like a nigga. When I know he's not really like that. Okay. He didn't have parents, bro. He just had supporters. He just had sponsors. So he's a nigga now. Don't be like him. Nextly, very, very important. I might actually be able to do this in one shot. Identify your nigga thoughts and your nigga emotions. And then put them in your back pocket. And every time Well, you can come up with your own practices. You could wear a rubber band, or you could ask yourself, what would a black man do, or what would an authentic white woman do? And my authentic white woman, what would she do? What would my authentic Honduran man do? Because these are nigga thoughts and niggas emotions. Put them in your back pocket and save them. Just say, no, 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 not right now. Put them in your back pocket. Because I don't want you to destroy yourself. I want you to transmute this energy, and I want you to be able to use it for good. But everything can't be devoured. Everything can't be destroyed. Put them in your back pocket, because guess what? The world is filled with niggas, and sometimes you have to match nigga energy with nigga energy. Sometimes, not every time. So I don't want you to make excuses to backslide now and relapse. Put them in your back pocket, because you just might need them. You might need them to, if you do construction, or if you work at Amazon, or let's say you want to be a therapist one day, or you might be with your family and somebody's trying your patience. You might just need to bring that inner nigga back out. And we're gonna talk about that later, but you're not really a nigga. There's no such thing as a real nigga. That's not who you are at the core. Nobody is born a nigga, bro. That's not true. But put those nigga emotions and those nigga thoughts in your real man back pocket, or your real woman purse, your real woman Birkin, and use them when they're appropriate, when you need to go a little bit harder at the gym, or when you're about to go on this job interview and you want to remember, I don't want to be a nigga no more. I'm not a nigga, I'm the black man. Like, use those emotions and channel them and control them to be able to project your authentic charisma, your authentic confidence, and your authentic self. Use those nigga memories. Okay. Excuse me. Nextly, stop using the word nigga. For at least a year, go to nigga rehab. Stop using the word nigga and stop using profanity. Learn how to think. Learn language. Study the English or whatever language you may, well, you probably speak English. And if you're bilingual, even better. Expand your vocabulary expeditiously. Shout out to shout out to T.I. But learn how to use different words. Learn how to express yourself. Take the time out your day to actually study grammar. It's a beautiful thing when you speak, you don't have to explain yourself. Or maybe you're speaking so eloquently that you do have to explain yourself. You get what I'm saying? Learn different words. Instead of saying, you feel me? You feel me? I don't. You could say, you understand, correct? I mean, if you say certain phrases enough, or you understand, whatever the case may be, whatever words you have, well, you don't have to actually use fillers. That's what you feel me, and you know what I'm saying? That's called a filler. When you're trying to think, that's a filler. You can just be silent, and that person will know, wow, this person is thinking before they speak. I like that. I admire that. You're not going to sound stupid. You're not going to look incompetent when you're just... What I was trying to say was, in totality, But educate yourself. And if you have an accent, especially a southern accent, to me, in my brain, it just sounds a whole lot better when people with southern accents use 17-letter words. You feel me? Oh, goodness. Now, next. Oh, yeah. This is probably, it's up there. I just threw this in there. Get therapy. It's okay. You might be saying to yourself, but Aaron Moses, there's a shortage on black therapists or Hispanic therapists or Latino therapists, not on Asian and white, obviously, but specifically for black people. They're not going to be able to understand my black problems, my nigga problems. Bro, yes and no. We're all human. He might not be able to understand that you saw the homie get popped when he was 13 years old, or you've been losing friends ever since you were in seventh grade, which is horrible. But what he does understand is being human. What he does understand is trauma. Trauma is not necessarily about the memories that you have, it's about the energy that you experienced. So he might not be able to understand your problems as a black man, but guess what? There's another black man that might not be able to understand those problems either, that knows you personally. You might get a therapist from the suburbs that's black, that's darker than you, and he never went through those situations that he never even knew that even existed, which that's not true. But so you specifically need a black therapist that's a man that came from the same area as you. You're not gonna find a perfect therapist. What you need to focus on is the information, is the credentials, is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that he could give you. And guess what? You can always switch your therapist, and you can learn from your therapist, and you can learn therapy, or you can learn about psychology yourself and bounce the ideas and your understanding and your knowledge off of him, and he's going to be able to correct you. So, excuse me, let me give you an example. He might be using the Socratic method, pretty much asking you questions and getting you to ask yourself questions. You might be saying, bro, that's not, I looked up the Socratic method, or this isn't working, or you know what, I did research on something called post-traumatic street disorder, which is the same thing as PTSD. You look it up, and I found this, and this. You don't have to just go off of what they say. That's not their job, and that's not how therapy works. So you might have a white man, and you're a black man, or a white woman, and this is a Hispanic or a Latino man. Just because they didn't grow up in your same exact environment and they didn't gang bang, and they can still understand you as long as you speak the same language as them. Do the research on psychology yourself and certain different types of therapeutic methods yourself. You feel me? But don't be afraid of being in therapy. I know you don't feel right about being vulnerable with a stranger and telling this white person your problems, but you're still thinking like a nigga. Go to therapy, my boy. Oh, nextly, and very important, stop thinking everything is white people stuff. Okay? Be more open minded. Now, when I say open minded, I'm not talking about that kind of open minded, because I was taught that open minded is open behind it. That's not what I'm talking about. Shout out to the LGBTQIA community. But that is not what I'm talking about, sir or madam. But yes, skydiving is white people stuff. What else? Bungee jumping. There is a plethora of things that are white people things that I definitely wouldn't recommend. I'm not about to go skydiving. Maybe, I don't want to. I might. But the reason, find out why these people do these things. Be inquisitive. Do your research. Do your homework. You get me? Why do people skydive? Why do white people skydive? Because, well, what they say is, the spiritual reason is because when you go that high in the atmosphere and you jump and you experience that much, the gravitational pull, the more gravitational pull than the average person, it raises your spiritual vibration. Okay, if you're not to the spirituality, you might not be. It raises your confidence. It teaches you how to face, your demise or your possible demise. It makes you have to uh, it makes you have to confront your morality. There are a plethora of reasons that people should skydive. You might be saying to yourself, bro, I'm from Compton. I'm from the southeast side of Chicago. I'm from Harlem. I'm from I'm from the east side of Atlanta. I'm from Dade County. I'm from the Fifth Ward. I'm from the whole New Orleans. I'm from South Phoenix. I'm from South Central. I'm put in danger every. I don't need to skydive, nigga. What the fuck are you talking about? But bro, again, be more open minded. You might have slid. You might have put yourself in situations where it was Mickey, tricky, and sticky. But that's different. This is legal, my nigga. You're not gonna go to jail for skydiving. But do your research and guess what? If y'all, if y'all comment, if I get enough comments and recommendations to go skydiving, Aaron Moses will be going skydiving. Maybe like around, I can't afford it right now because I've been doing nigga shit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. Nextly, yeah, we are gonna knock this out. Hang out with some actual classy people. This does say black men. But hang out with some classy people, black man. If you're a black man, hang out with some black men that are not niggas. Get some mentors, get some life coaches, and if you truly can't afford it, then watch it on YouTube. Yes, you're gonna get crumbs. Yes, you're gonna not be able to make the whole cake with some crumbs. But at the end of the day, it's better than nothing. You could watch FedEx Fearless. You could watch Donovan. You could watch Donovan Sharp. You could watch what's the dude's name? You could watch Steve the Dean. You could watch Rosebud. You could watch Sinful the P. Learn some manners. You can learn so Coach Greg Adams, I believe. You could learn a lot from a little, bro. Now, eventually, you do have to read. You do have to create your own game, but you'll learn the basics. You're not gonna get a very, very, very strong foundation unless your mind is actually built like that, which it is if you made it this far. But see what these guys know. Find the books, find the materials, learn the evolutionary psychology. Read, bro. Become a nerd. Your life depends on it. All those nerds you used to beat up and take their girlfriends and kiss them right in front of their face and take their lunch money and buy them and buy his girl, well, your girl now, something with that same lunch money you've been taking from him for the past 3 days. Bro, become that person. You could still be you, but you gotta nerd up, bro. It's geek time, bro. You don't have time to be a nigga. You don't wanna die a nigga, man. I know NWA said they want to be niggas for, or they are niggas for life. I love that song, but personally, I don't want to be committed to being a nigga for life. Fuck that. uh, make some non-nigga friends. Make some white friends, Indian friends, Hispanic, Latino friends, Asian friend. Make all the friends that you can. Actual friends, associates, acquaintances, non-niggas, black, even, especially. If you see that they're niggas, because they could be white niggas, they could be trailer trash or white trash. That doesn't. That's the nigga. That's the white version of being a nigga. Okay, trailer trash is the same thing as saying nigga. And just and again, just because they live in a trailer doesn't mean they're a nigga. But some hardworking, respectable, honorable, value-filled people that are actually mannerable, classy, clean, clean-minded, charitable, all-around good people, family people, people that take care of their responsibilities in their business. Okay. One of the most important parts, you gotta stop consuming and watching nigga content. No more anything on BET. I'm trying to think. I've been in jail a lot, and they played BET constantly for a reason. Yeah, no more Cardi B. Stop listening to hip hop for a whole month. Listen to some country. Be very, be very conscious because there are nigga ass country songs. There is nigga um, pop. Listen to you some Nirvana, bro. Listen to rock. Even if it's even if it's nigga rock or some hard metal, something like that, you're gonna filter it differently. You will understand. The benefit of this is, watch this. The benefit of this is you still have at this point, if you do all of these things religiously, take it slow though. If you listen to Nirvana or you listen to a rock song, and you'll be like, damn, this is a nigga song. You will still understand. You will then understand that, oh, this behavior is not exclusive to to black people. White people go through this too. These are regular human emotions. You might listen to a Hindu song, or you might watch a Bollywood movie, and then you might think, damn, that's some stuff that goes in my hood or my school. These behaviors are not exclusive to black people or white people or Latinos or Hispanics or Asians. Everybody's human, okay? But try with everything in your body to not listen to niggified music. Again, there's country is a lot of nigga country music. There's a lot of nigga rock music. There's a lot of nigga pop music. and it's and I can't say that only black people make nigga music because that would be wrong. If you're a hip hop head, personally, I love all people. I just don't like to listen to, a lot of. I don't like to consume a lot of white rap. I rather just listen to them in their purest form, pop, you know, and everything else but rap, pretty much. Shout out to white people. I have a white baby. I'm not a racist. So nextly, oh, one of the hardest two parts. You gotta break up with your nigga boyfriend, girlfriend, or your nigga. You gotta get a nigga divorce. Now, as far as your friends and your associates and your acquaintances, you could keep them. But as far as you constantly putting your body inside or letting somebody that's a nigga inside you, that's not healthy. Cause they're gonna put your energy with it's an exchange of energy, like we're doing right now. I'm being sincere, yes. It might be comical to some people, but I'm being very sincere. I'm trying to help. I don't want to just nigga, 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 nigga. There's a nigga. He's a nigga. She's a nigga. This a nigga. I don't want to just do that because that's not helpful. Yes, you get shamed enough. I'm trying to give you the honest information. Okay. You gotta do it. Nextly, you gotta stop dressing like a nigga. But Aaron Moses, you're wearing your hat to the side. I could do whatever I want, and I'm not a super nigga. I'm an intermediate nigga. You're a super nigga. You're the one that needs help. I know what to do, and I don't dress like this all the time. And I'm in the house. Nobody can see me but you. So I read in a book, because I don't want to seem like a hypocrite, but I read in the book, how you dress is how people address you. How you dress you is how people address you. People are going to treat you like you're homeless if you smell like you're homeless. People are going to leave you alone if you smell like you want to be alone. People are going to treat you like a thotty if you're dressed like a thotty. People are going to treat you like a doctor if you dress like a... You see what I'm saying? There's a pattern. The power of the suit. Okay? How you dress is your power. Your identity is very important. R.I.P. Kevin Samuels. Look up all his videos. Ladies, you might not like him, but this has nothing to do with men and women now. This is about detaching your emotions from the information. Don't look at the messenger. Look at the message, because that's what niggas do. They don't want to listen to somebody because they don't like them. No, there's knowledge, wisdom, and understanding everywhere. Kevin Samuels was not talking about relationships. He wasn't saying the black woman is the devil this time. He never said that. He was giving information to the men and the women about how identity affects what you have going on in your life. Very important. Very, very important. Very important. Speak with your appearance. If you want to watch a video that does not involve Kevin Samuels, you could watch a video by Freeze, Freezeit. Freeze is it. Called Speaking with Your Appearance. It's the same message, but it just comes from a light-skinned, Shamar Moore buff-looking dude with a wife beater on. Excuse me, a tank top. But you can't dress like that if you want people to treat you differently. It's not necessarily about what you wear. Sometimes it's about how you wear it. But if you don't have $1 million to go, burn your whole wardrobe and go shopping and go to Gap, and then go to Baby Gap and get your kids fitted, don't worry about that for right now. This is later, okay? Eventually, you're gonna have to stop dressing like a nigga. If you want to stop thinking like a nigga, people are not gonna look at you. They're not gonna have the same vibes coming towards you. Oh, this is a nigga. Because people are doing that constantly, which is feeding your nigga brain, okay? We have the reptilian brain, we have the mammalian brain, and we have the nigga brain. It's there. It's there. Trust me. Last 3 things, guys. This is a long-ass video. My bad. I didn't want to break this into 3 parts, though, because I know you niggas and... Yeah. Attention spans. Let me take a drink for it real quick. Excuse me. Very important, bro. Now, when you get that new wardrobe and when you get that new job because you know how to carry yourself a lot better, and you stop talking to your nigga friends and you made you some cool black guy friends and some white guy friends and some Indian friends, you're gonna have some more money. So travel in your city right now as much as you can. I stay in LA. I stay in Los Angeles, California. Shout out to Los Angeles. Everywhere is not safe for everybody to go. Okay? So if you're black and you go to a Mexican neighborhood or a Mexican part of LA, or you're Mexican and you go to a black or Asian or white or whatever the case may be, whatever skin you may have, it's not always safe to take this advice. But go places outside of your city or inside your city where there are a minimal amount of niggas, where niggas don't go. And try not to dress like a nigga. You can go to Marshall's and get you a little $20 polo and get you a nice jacket and get you a haircut and look like you have business being there. And go to a Whole Foods and buy you a bundle of apples or something like that. You can do that. And just have conversations. Just people watch. Just smell the smell. Just breathe the air. Just look that there's no 40 bottle. There's no glass. What? LA's fairly clean, the places I've been. So, and no, I'm not from Canada. I just said that like that because it rhymes. But travel inside your city where there are not that many niggas, okay? Where the likelihood of niggas being there is very low, okay? Nextly, bro, travel outside of the states. If you stay in, traveling has a lot of mental health benefits. A lot. You do the research. I'm not going to list them here, but my parents were broke my whole life. One of them still is. But they made it a point for me to travel. Since I was 6 years old, I haven't been to that many states. I've probably been in like 10 different states, but I lived in like 4. I've seen a lot of cool things. America's big as hell. All right, so travel. Then when you travel, go to 3 states. You stay in the West Coast, don't go to Arizona and Vegas, because niggas have been to Arizona and Vegas. Go to New York. Don't go to go to Atlanta. If you stay on the West Coast, go to the East Coast. Go to the Midwest. Some cool place. You can go to Chicago. It's not that dangerous. Just stay downtown. You can go to Minneapolis. It's pretty cool. I've been there. Definitely hit that Texas, which is not the Midwest, but hit that Texas, Florida, Miami. Um, Definitely go to South Carolina, North Carolina. Go to the obvious spots to hit. If you're from the East Coast, do the same with the West Coast. If you're from the Midwest, you can go either places. If you're from the South, if you're from the South, go as far as you can afford. 3 times. Go to each region that you're not from. You'll find somewhere. There's a big city somewhere. If you're from Alabama, go to that Seattle. Hit that New York and hit that LA. Definitely hit that Chicago. And when you, in a year and a half, 2 years, when you save your money, go to Puerto Rico. You don't need a passport. Go to the Virgin Islands. You don't need a passport. If you can, get the passport. Take a little cruise to Jamaica. Bring your non-nigga friends so they don't get you kicked off the damn boat. Lastly, man, you gotta move away from niggas, bro. Physically. You already did it mentally. You already did it emotionally. Hopefully you did it spiritually. You gotta move away from niggas. You gotta do it. You gotta do it for obvious reasons. So you can keep your soul attached to your body. And so you don't relapse. Because being a nigga is an addiction. Okay? I forgot to hit this point. But addiction is it's a sickness. It's a mental health issue. And a lot of you niggas, oh, I have ADHD. Oh, I'm bipolar. Nigga, no. You're just a nigga. And that's all you know. And they're like, why is this nigga acting like this? He must be ADHD. Get this nigga some Wellbutrin. ADHD, bipolar. And you beat bitches? Okay, yeah, no. He has OCD. He can't keep his hands off of women. Oh, you have you can't keep your thing in your pants? Sex addict. No, bro. You're just a nigga. You just take in nigga energy. And you consume too much nigga shit. That's all it is. You don't have... And if you... Look, you might be depressed. You might have anxiety. You probably don't, though. You probably just are consumed by the spirit of niggerdom. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. So if you truly have a chemical imbalance, a chemical disorder, I'm not telling you to stop taking your pills, stop going to therapy, or stop going to counseling, or disbelieve everything the white man told you. Why would I do that? That's nigga stuff. But a lot of times, my people, yeah, you might have PTSD. You've been seeing people get clapped up since you were in 6th grade. I would have PTSD too. But a lot of times, you just are consumed by the realm and the universe of niggerdom. And then lastly, bro, you gotta learn yourself. As we touched on before earlier, nobody's born a nigga, bro. You were born into a niggified situation. Okay? But at your authentic core, who you are, the unchangeable part of you, the godlike molecules that make up your ego and your spirit and your mind and the connection to the world is not a nigga. Niggas don't exist. It's a myth. There's no such thing as a nigga. That's a man-made construct, bro. Like the tooth fairy. Nigga, did you just call me the tooth? Yes, I did, nigga. You're a tooth fairy. You don't exist. That's just an attachment you have to this sick, sad world that these people, I don't know who they are. I met a lot of them, but they come in all shapes and sizes, right? They come from all kind of two continents. They come from here and they come from over there. But don't blame it on them, nigga, because you chose to be a nigga. See, that's the first step. Niggas don't like to take accountability. That's the first step, admitting you're powerless to being a nigga. Just let it go, bro. Accept it. But, nah, bro, you gotta learn yourself. You have to learn yourself. You have to trust yourself. And you have to understand that you got this. Because every day you set goals. You say, I want to take a shower. And you take a shower. I want to cook some food. You made some food. I want to make love to my woman or my man. And you made love. So you're capable of doing things. You're capable of understanding practical goals and setting them successfully. You just got to give yourself more credit. Learn yourself. Love yourself. Be intimate with yourself, bro. Be truthful with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. That's nigga stuff. Don't lie to yourself. Okay? I love you. I want you to also watch a video by Andre Taylor, one of my favorite black men ever, besides myself. Andre Taylor made a video about the Nipsey Hussle tragedy. A great black man, two great black men. The video was called Identify Yourself, Nigga. That's what it's called. And I believe that he used the little star instead of the I word. I mean the I letter, the letter I. That's another thing. You need to learn the alphabet because I know niggas hate the alphabet. But watch that video. Make sure you like this video, comment, subscribe, and send this to anybody that you may think or you know or you feel, because I know niggas like to say I feel may use this information and better themselves. Send this to all your friends that you're about to cut off so they know why you cut them off. How about that? It's Aaron Moses. I'm the bang, you the bang. We the bang together, man. Life is in the breath. Breathe it in. Welcome to a new world. Love you. Peace.